I think we have to have a serious conversation when this integrity roadmap does come about training skills without interacting with the core skill, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I mean, even if it, brings XP rates down a bit, Tanis, you said you were for training the skills as, as they were intended in the league. How would you feel about that in the main
I
game if the integrity roadmap says, hey, let's just have skill training focus on interacting with the actual skills rather than things like flash events or caches or daily
well,
challenges?
yeah, no, I think that's a good thing, but I don't necessarily see why XP has to go down. But that'll kind of go into something later, whereas XP should be looked at as progression instead of this number anyway.
Ooh, that's
I
spicy.
yeah,
Okay.
I think the game is entirely too slow. Period. Just overall.
Wow.
After seeing League, I before leagues, I would have said no. Because I like the grind and all that, but seeing that and getting to unlock things in that quicker way and such, and yeah, I've got a bad back. I've been deemed unemployable because of my back, so I get to play. If I want to play 17 hours, 18 hours a day, I can. Most people can't do that. So seeing that and seeing the interaction and people helping out each other on the quick ways to do things and such, I can sort of see increasing XP rates now, especially as we're getting more and more 110s and 120s. I can sort of see a rework of how XP is in the game and making it faster.
So,
Make it faster, and you're already looking at I mean, look at the MTX changes we talked about last week. You're removing a lot of the direct XP, what Shane's talking about, the way that it's coming, you know, coming in. Of course, that's an MTX route, but still, like, I think you can do both things. I think it's probably going to have to happen eventually. We'll see
so
how
what
everything
what do you
shakes
do
out.
then after you've maxed? Like, RuneScape has always been about the
Yeah.
journey. What does what does
Has
the
it
game
though?
look? I
Has
think
it though?
so.
Last few years, I think it has changed a lot more, not on the skilling
So,
side, but certainly a lot more bosses and things. So
That
yeah,
makes me really uncomfortable.
I always wanted to fight the notion that PVM is RuneScape's endgame. But
but
guess
it
what?
is.
It is.
Hmm.
It just is, and it's okay because it's not that different than any other MMO out there. The difference is, do you want to get to that end game, in a relatively reasonable amount of time, or are you really into that slow clickety click? Eventually, maybe next year you'll get there.
And and that's and
I'm
that
not there anymore.
but that's a fundamental shift for how we view the game in terms of
It's a 20 year,
leaning on
it's
the
a 20-year
value
old
of
game.
XP in the end game in terms of
Yeah.
pushing people there.
Yeah, but it's the only thing that's going to fix it. The we can't move the numbers around.
Why
The
not?
levels don't
Why can you
matter.
not move the numbers around? Why can't you rebalance the entire game to be more progressive in terms of the XP and focus more heavily again on the mid range?
Well, no, I think you can do that. What I'm saying, like, you can't just. I used to think we could just add a decimal. Problem fixed. Problem ain't
Uh-uh.
really fixed.
No. No, it's not.
And you also
So,
look at things, I mean, again, as you said, it is a 20-year-old game, and some of the skills are 20 years old, and not a lot has been done over that time. When we see things, I mean, there's nothing that says we can't look at a, a multiplier on your level to XP. So at level 10 on a basic wood tree, you're getting your 15 XP or 20 XP, whatever it is. But if I go back and cut that tree at level 50, you know, I might have like, every 20 levels you get a multiplier on it. So rather than 20, I'm now getting, 30 XP
So
on that
hang on,
tree.
hang on. So are you guys both saying now that you're one of the things that has come out of your league's experience is you want the game to be faster?
Well, I've always, yeah, I mean, absolutely. And I've always been a advocate of higher XP rates and stuff like that. But now I see the rate as kind of meaningless in
And
regards
I'm
to the
sorry,
progression.
maybe this was the perfect episode to do video on.